So this episode, we're focusing on Cradle Mountain. So the bulk of this stuff will be around Cradle Mountain and the tracks that we choose to do. Again, hopefully this helps somebody. We've got kids that age range between 8 and 15, and they've done quite a few walks across Australia. Every walk's different, every condition's different. So yeah, we don't underestimate any tracks. We do as much research as we can. We make sure we're as prepared as we can be. So what we're trying to achieve out of Cradle Mountain with 2 adults and 4 kids is we've got two walks that we're going to do over 2 separate days. So yesterday's weather was pretty well atrocious. It was raining. It was
horrendous.
Yeah, it just rained all day. It was super foggy. There would probably be limited viewing if you did get up to any of the plateaus. So we decided to visit the visitor centre and get our bus passes. So what do we have to do for that, Lib?
Yep, so the visitor centre is a couple of 100 metres from the Discovery Park if you choose to stay at the Discovery Park. There's not a whole lot of options for accommodation up here at Cradle Mountain. But we headed down to the visitor centre, got the bus passes. They're $15 per adult for the shuttle bus, and kids are free. And the shuttle bus runs between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. in summer and 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. I think it is in winter, and it runs every 20 minutes. And it's the only way you can enter Cradle Mountain to do the walks, unless you drive, which you have to drive outside of the shuttle bus running hours, but I think you also have to register if you want to do that, because there's very limited parking within the park.
Yeah, it's like 10 cars per day. You can actually walk down. There's a Cradle Valley boardwalk track, but it's 18 kilometres. But some people would do that. It's just not what we're doing. So what we're doing is we're parking at the visitor centre and catching the shuttle bus. So we've got those tickets and we're all organised. Today's weather, we've checked it. So the information centre uses just the local BOM on the weather map there. So we just checked the winds. So today's supposed to be south-southwesterly winds. And it's sort of gusting up to 40 k's an hour, which might be a little bit unpleasant. So we've chosen to take a walk today that's a bit more protected, which is around Dove Lake. So what we're planning to do today is we'll get the shuttle bus all the way down to the furthest point down here, and then checking at the Walker's Lookout. And from here, we plan to walk. Now we did speak to the lady at Lake St. Clair, and I think it's recommended that you walk in a clockwise direction. So we'll see how we go. We'll try and adhere to that. But our plan for today is basically get in and see the boat shed, do a bit of a walk around the Dove Lake, and then we're going to just explore up the link track. And the reason for that is tomorrow's walk, which I'll get to in a minute, this may be an option if we're just running a bit shorter time or we want to come back a different way. We just want to see what condition the track's like, how difficult it is. It is marked as a purple section, which is grade 4, and it does have change and is supposed to be very steep. So, and having a look on the map there, it does show that it is going to be a very steep part of the track. So for today, if we overachieve, we might get excited and do the whole walk around Dove Lake and then just check out the little bit. But our main one that we're aiming to do, especially with the kids, and we'll touch base throughout and put some more footage in of how we're tracking, is we plan to park up here, which is near the Mount Kate stop off, which I think is the
Ronnie Creek.
Oh, the Ronnie Creek stop. So we plan to check in there in the logbook. Again, important to write in the information that when you do get there and get out. We'll be up much earlier. We'll be out a fair bit early. Tomorrow's weather is supposed to be around 19 degrees and the wind's from the northeast. So we should push this way. So we should have tailwinds on the way up through the plateau, and then potentially be coming back with a little bit of wind in our face. But it is a lot lighter as well. The winds are only gusting to about 20 kilometres tomorrow. So it should be much more pleasant and a little bit warmer too. The top of this track is supposed to be more exposed, so we'll follow the Overland track, and then we'll come down and then come across the Overland track all the way to Marions Lookout, and we're aiming to get to the Kitchen Hut, which follows along. So there's a nice sort of plateau area almost along the ridge here, and we're aiming to be able to see Cradle Lake and then into Dove Lake and try and get some views back into more of mainland Tasmania as well. And aim to get to Kitchen Hut. There's toilets at Kitchen Hut. There's no drinking water. We'll put in anything we find across the way, anything that may be useful for other people planning to do walks with kids. And then, given a bit of luck, bit of good planning, the mood that everyone's in, and the rest of it, we may try to summit Cradle Mountain and come back. It will be time and weather permitting, and then just the vibe of how everyone's going, and then we'll go from there. So our options to come back, if we've got more time than what we think, we may come back along horse track, along the back here and link back up into the Overland track. If we're running short of time, we'll probably come back down the same way we did. If this doesn't look too bad through Marions track, we can come back down past the Marions lookout, onto link track, onto the Dove, and then pick up the shuttle bus down at the furthest point. However, we'll just have to wait and see. So our plan will be ideally to come in and come out the same way, but we'll keep you posted. So that's our plan. So for today's walk, it's a bit of a mission of, is everything right in our packs? Have we got all of the stuff that we need? How are the kids travelling? What does this look like? A couple of photos of the boat shed, which is a must do, and then check out some of Dove Lake. Do you want to talk about just a couple of things that we've got in our packs, just for safety reasons?
Yeah, so we've got our Garmin InReach tracker, emergency. Yep, there we go. Is it there?
Yep, just
there it is.
Yep.
That we carry with us every time we go walking. Every time basically we go somewhere where we may need assistance that's not close by.
Yep.
So that's fully charged and ready to go. Snake bite kit always. There's 3 types of snakes in Tasmania, I believe, and all 3 are venomous.
Yeah. So there's
the copperhead, the whip snake, don't tell me, and the tiger snake.
Well done.
And they're all venomous, so not great.
Yep.
Snake bite kit, always take sunscreen. That's always a given. We carry an EpiPen. Not that any of us are anaphylactic. That's probably more my over planning, but I like to take it just in case. You never know.
Well, we've both got training in first aid, so if anyone needs it, if we don't need it, then we're happy to administer it and use it.
Yeah, but it is it's an expense that if you don't have anaphylaxis and you need to buy one, they're very expensive to buy from the chemist. Anyway, we can help someone out in case they need it too. Always take some sugar, some lollies, just to get you through that last little bit. We have Bushmans, because the mozzies are bad, the torch, and...
it's always good to take some antibacterial, just because the toilets out there, they do a pretty good job of cleaning them, but so the girls love to...
They're drop toilets, so, you know, take some things to help you along the way.
And the worst case scenario is it's really good for starting fires as well, because it's just full of alcohol. So that's also another thing you may need. We've got a flint in there too. We've got we've got some waterproof matches. We've got plenty of water. We let people know before we go, so part of the check-in is fine, but we also just text someone back home and say we're planning on doing this walk today. We'll check back in, and we've done that throughout our trip. So that's just another something that, you know, people won't be stressing back home, but it's just if they don't hear from you for a number of hours, it's always good.
If you have an iPhone, newer iPhone too, they do have satellite capabilities within your phone as well if you don't have a Garmin InReach. So have a look at your iPhone and what it's capable of too.
Yep. And I'll just mention this map as well. So, I mean, you can, there's all sorts of maps you can get, but this one's specific to Cradle Mountain. It's got good detail. It's a topographical map. It's got all the grid lines. It's got all the points that you're probably going to need in there to actually successfully walk it or navigate your way around. So I'd highly recommend getting that. It's like, what was it? $7. So,
and they recommend this at the visitors centre too as the map to purchase if you are planning on doing any of the walking around here.
Yep. Well, check back in. I know that this is a long video, but the whole point of this is to hopefully, if someone's planning to do Cradle Mountain, we couldn't find heaps of information on it, especially for kids. So we've asked at a couple of visitors centre, and we're sort of going to do the ones that we think we can manage, and everyone's different. Our kids have done a bit of walking, they've done a bit of pre-planning and training, and but we'll see how we go. So we're not we'll just see how we're feeling at the time.
It's probably more about the distance too. Not a lot of information is on distance, it's more on time, how long it will take you to reach a certain point. So we will check back in and let you know the distances that we actually covered to give you a bit of an idea, because we've sort of found that hard to find. the distance between the check-in points.
Yeah, well, times, it depends how many times we stop. We'll stop
Yeah.
for lunch, we'll stop for bits and pieces and stuff. Anyway, Tate's given us the wind-up because we've hit the 10-minute mark. So what we really want to do is show you what it looks like out there. So that's what you're going to see next. So just gotten down to the Dove Lake stop, and the information and check-in centre is very well done. It's got some amazing viewing platforms where you can just go look straight out to Dove Lake, and as you can see behind me here, it's very clear sky. It actually is raining here 250 days of the year and cloudy, so we've picked, I'm glad we waited, we've picked a great day to come and do it, and tomorrow hopefully as well. You can see the peak of Cradle Mountain in the background there. Well, hopefully you can anyway, but we'll show you more of that. But yeah, this the national park here has been well thought out and really well done. The walkers check-in's got toilets, and there's also some history on the timelines of from when first creation, and all the information dating back over time regarding this area. It's not a bad little wander through before you start your walk, so hopefully you enjoy some of this footage. So happy we've made our way to the boat shed. How did you find it?
The walk, it was pretty easy. You just have to go down a lot of stairs. Well, not really that many, just 2 stairs and up some stairs, but the boat shed's pretty cool. And we stopped to have some snacks.
Beautiful. And how old are you?
10.
And would you class yourself as super fit, very fit, a little bit fit, or unfit?
I don't know, really.
fit enough, but
Yeah.
I think you could easily say that from the Dove Lake stop off to walk to the boat shed and check out the whole Dove Lake and the surrounding areas is very easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So very easy. What about, is that what you think, Eds?
Yeah.
As she's refueling herself with a few Vegemite biscuits. All right, we'll keep in. Our next stop for now is we're going to probably head up towards the Marions, the link track, and see what that looks like.
I'm not done yet.
Okay. So you turn right off the Dove Lake track, and this is the start of the Marions Lookout track. So it's a much tighter, a few more steps, and the elevation is a lot more extreme. This is a grade 4 walk and quite wet underfoot due to the recent rainfall, and I think probably the current annual rainfall every year. It would constantly be wet, either that or snowed over. There's our second glimpse of Cradle Lake. And looking back towards the check-in point and over the top of Dove Lake itself.
The water is really warm.
Is it?
Yeah.
So this track's a mixture of a bit of wooden planks, some slippery rocks, and some stone paths so far.
And some steps. Very wet.
Some wet rocks. Lucky you got the right shoes on. Go for it.
So we just climbed up a few stairs, right, Dad? Dad's behind the camera this time, not Mum. She's not in it this time. We just climbed a few stairs, and I would suggest wearing waterproof shoes and probably a backpack, because it's a bit of a hike. It gets skinny and it's pretty diagonal, like it's pretty steep. We're still going, but I reckon we're about halfway there. It's a bit wet. Yeah.
And what did you just do?
Like 1,000 stairs. So we're climbing up. We climbed up like about halfway, and then we put on some sunscreen and some mozzie spray, because there's more mozzies when we get higher. And we're probably halfway up, and I'm pretty sure, what's it called?
What is it called? It's Marions Lookout Walk.
Marions Lookout Walk.
Beauty.
Also, I would suggest taking a hat.
Yep.
Maybe some sunnies if you need it. I would suggest a camelback, because it's got the things that you can actually have inside, which you fill up, and you can just suck it out like that. Yep.
That's
it's
it.
pretty nice, and you can pack lots of food in it.
What do you reckon? Should we keep going, otherwise we'll never make the top?
Yeah.
Oh, beauty. All right, let's keep going then, girls. He's saying start filming.
Oh, wow. That is...
Well, that's nice.
That's nice.
Good call on the start filming.
You can see the shed down there, guys. Yep.
What words describe this, Tate?
Amazing. Look at the bird.
Elevation, that's what I'd go with.
Yeah?
Every mountain around here is a little bit higher.
Especially the big one that will be walking tomorrow.
Okay, we've been given the heads up from our leader that this is the best lookout he's come across yet. And I would have to agree.
Yep, definitely.
Wow.
Look at the waves on the water back. Massive hole in the middle where you can walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was a fun. Yeah, I can see the lake though.
So we're starting to get a bit steeper
Yeah.
and utilise some of the chain systems here.
Don't rely on the train.
A little bit easier here than the chain, Zeke.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's nice,
Quite.
nice flowers.
Yeah.
Good views.
Yeah,
What did you
very nice views.
What did you find out on the right hand side out there?
That there's actually a waterfall.
Brilliant.
Can't see it.
Oh, we can see.
Maybe a little see it.
Yep.
But it's still cool.
Nice. Okay, quick update. So we started at the Dove Lake Visitor Centre, made our way to the boat shed, as you would have seen some nice footage of, walked along the Dove Lake circuit, and we were going to investigate the Marions Lookout link track. However, we just decided to go all the way to the top. So now we're currently at Marions Lookout, and we've just had some options where we could potentially go down through here, down to the Overland track, or we could go down here through the Wombat track. We're probably going to go down the Wombat track because tomorrow we'll be coming up the Overland, so we'll see all that area and we'll be able to look into Cradle Lake. So we'll go down the Wombat track and just see what that's like, and then we'll make our way back down into the visitor centre, back to Dove Lake, and sort of finish our walk there today. So we'll put in the next video, will just be the kids explaining their experience from their points of view. Anything you'd like to add, Lib?
No.
How did you find it?
It was pretty tough.
Yeah.
The start of it was okay, but yeah, it did get very steep, and there's some chains there to help you, and it's definitely a grade 4 walk, but it was great.
And what you get as a reward is all this out here. Nice view of Cradle Mountain.
I personally think it was a bit talked up. I think it was a little bit easier than everyone says. It's really not that far. What did we say? It was like 1.2 k's.
It took us an hour, 1.2 k's from the boat shed.
Yeah. So if anyone's doing it, I reckon the first bit is a bit of test of the stairs are quite hard, and then it hits the middle where you hit the chains, and that's probably the hardest bit you'll get to. It is the quickest.
The last part is almost nearly on the ridge line.
Yeah, not bad.
So we just got to the top of the link track, and it was 1.2 k's, and it took us, I think, maybe just on an hour, probably.
Yep, 59 minutes and
Yeah.
20 seconds.
And I think probably the hardest bit was either the stairs or the railing.
Nice. And so from a
All the
10-year-old's point of view,
Yeah.
doable?
Yeah, because
Is it worth it?
yes,
Perfect.
definitely.
What about from an 8-year-old's point of view?
I would say you've definitely got to be fit for that.
Yeah. Do you class
Especially
yourself
the
as fit?
chains.
Do you class yourself as fit?
Depends on what. Depends.
Exploring with Edie.
Yeah.
You're fit enough to do exploring with Edie, aren't you? Thinking about doing your own YouTube channel, and Harper's going to potentially have hiking with Harper. We'll see how that goes
The
tomorrow.
chains were probably the hardest for me
Yep.
because they weren't tight. They were like really movable, and the
And you reach,
They're-
like it's hard for you to reach up, wasn't it?
and because I'm a bit shorter than them.
Did you-
Did
Did Mum or I give you any help?
Yeah. So we had like basically buddies.
You pretty much did it all yourself.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I find the chains the hardest because it's actually a bit more wetter where the chains are. Like the
slippery.
rocks are like steep and slippery, so it makes it like hard to walk up and slippery.
Beautiful. Thanks, girls. Thanks for the wrap up. In the background there is beautiful Cradle Mountain.
Down there, absolutely no chance.
Why not? Oops, just trying to get the right. Which one is it going to be? What's my
Not
better?
filming from
Up
down
and
there.
down. Alright, so we've made it to the top. Kids did well. It was easy. We gave them literally no help. So if you're thinking about doing it, yeah, the link track up to Marions Lookout from the lake took us an hour, and that was from the boat shed. So highly recommend it. And then you get to see beautiful views, 360 degrees. Well worth the venture. So a bit of food, get the kids prepped, and get out there and get amongst it. We're very lucky today. It's absolutely magnificent. Wombat track with Smith. How's it going so far?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man of many words. What else you got for us?
Nothing.
How's your water going? Have you got enough water to get you by?
Yeah.
What did you learn on this little section about food and food intake? Absolute numpty in the background. Is that Teat riding the bull? If you're starving hungry, then
I cooked.
you probably should have already eaten. Yeah, good chat.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we probably won't interview you again, so this might be the last time we see Smith. He doesn't give us too much.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Just started. Go.
Why, you take a photo of it?
Yeah. Go where you just did again.
I didn't do anything.
Oh yeah. He didn't do anything. Chin up.
You were junkie.
I remember holding 80 and nearly dropping her because of how heavy she was. For me. But luckily I was on the couch.
I remember being like, shit, I gotta deal with another sit. I mean,
Yeah, I am. I see your bum.
any chance you're holding it steady up?
No. This is probably going to make it to behind the scenes, bro.
No, not like behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
How do you like it, Mum?
Right.
Yeah, so we stopped at this little place and it's like a waterfall going down there, coming from the river, down under the bridge and across, which is really cool. And then back home, gotta keep walking. Let's go. There's Cradle Mountain back there. And the water is across. It goes down to where they are standing on that bridge. And it's a little waterfall down there.
I've no choice, do I?
How many Ks did we do today?
Just on 4.
Not even that many, and we're already dead. So.
I'm not.
You,
Come on, guys.
You were on that bench shit when you were crying. Got that on video.
What?
Yeah, we're pretty well. Bit extreme outdoor.
Climbing really high.
We're excited for tomorrow. Mum's cooked.
So just a recap, we got down, the walk we did was from the information centre, which is in the background, to the Dove Lake, which is the furthest stop. We walked Dove Lake to the boat shed, from the boat shed up to Link Track to the top of Marions Lookout, and then down Marions Lookout to Wombat Pool, from Wombat Pool to the Lilac Track and back. The total was just over 4.5 Ks around about. But there were some steep sections, so everyone's feeling a little bit tired, so it wasn't easy. Definitely wouldn't, I'm not saying to people, oh, it's really easy. All I'm saying is that we did it, and no one needed to be carried, and there was no assistance that was really required. Everyone was capable from our family to do it themselves, but it was, we've done quite a few walks, and we probably consider ourselves to be fit, healthy and agile, so we were able to do it, but it's no piece of cake. Okay, so we're doing day 2. Tate's just ruined that video, I think. Different start to the track today. Not quite as savage, but very nice out here. The landscape is quite picturesque.
It's at the top of where we're going today.
Another cracking day, not a cloud in the sky. I'm sure the kids will re-educate me when they see the cloud and say I'm wrong, like yesterday. But otherwise, I think we've taken 2 out of the potential 65 days a year that either doesn't rain or it's not fogged out, so very lucky. Oh.
So come in.
A nice little tree deeds.
Yeah. It's a bit noisy though. I would say keep filming.
Keep filming, okay. What do you reckon?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah? That worth the walk so far?
Look at the bubbles.
Hopefully I didn't get that on video.
Kangaroos! Look! So many little fishies!
Back at the change section. A little bit shorter this time. Nice spot to catch your breath though. And then you turn around and here it goes again.
You ready?
Yeah. You good?
So this is the level 4 section of the Overland, pushing up to Marions Lookout. Steep change, but it's only short and sharp.
Is that boardwalk?
Cradle Mountain, here we go.
Keep going.
She's forgotten how to walk. Probably not today though.
Now the only question is,
Right.
We're getting there. Take a little turn.
Have a bit of a breather.
How are y'all doing? Whew. How much to go? Nearly there.
I can see the top marker.
Alright, this is the point where we nearly called it. It was getting to borderline unsafe, and we kept looking up, and it just looked straight up. We passed a couple of people going down that had already summited, and they said, "You're not far, the worst is over," so we decided to push on.
Yes.
There's a summit there. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so we're just making our way down the trail. Scales are over my shoulder there, and in the background you can see the summit or Cradle Mountain itself. We made it. We actually conquered the mountain. I must say it was pretty sketchy. They did tell us at the info centre that it's going to be tough for kids, and I would say definitely for our crew. Girls made it unassisted, so did the boys, but it was a bit sketchy. A couple of hairy parts there where we nearly decided to turn back, but we didn't. So we dropped the kids' bags at the kitchen hut, and we made our way up the mountain. We left Lib's bag at the sort of false plateau, and then we made the last little pilgrimage down and then up to the very summit. So absolutely worth it, would you say, Harps?
Yep.
Yep, worth it. What do you reckon, Mum?
Definitely worth it, but it's hard work, especially with the kids.
Yeah.
And it's definitely harder if you're shorter, because some of the bits me and Eddie couldn't, like you had to climb up really high and we couldn't even climb up it, so we had to get jumped up it because we couldn't reach.
Tough work. However, like we said, we got there. It'll be something that the kids remember, and definitely Liv and I remember, that is for sure. What a great family achievement. But I would say it is tough. Make sure if you want to do it, do some training, do your research, and take plenty of food and water, and do it on a day like today where there's no wind and nice dry conditions, because if it's raining it would be slippery as, and it would just be probably, with kids, probably a task that's too hard. So anyway, that was the update, and bloody loving it.
She even has knees in.
And you're trying to tell me that you aren't the same? Right knees braced, hats on, black tops. You've got to be kidding me, girls. You're twins. Absolute twins.
And your knee. And then this is Mini Dad and Big Dad.
Hang on.
Here.
Just so you know, it took us 3 hours to get from Kitchen Hut to the summit and back with the kids, and we didn't stop up there for very long at all. We were probably up there for 15 minutes max. We're 5 hours and 44 minutes in. We've done 9.1 kilometers. My heart rate's 90 and our pace is 0 because we're standing still. So we've got to make a decision up at this fork in the road whether we're going to go the horse track back or we're going to go back the way we came. Either way, we've got about 2.5 hours walk ahead of us, so we should push on to get the last bus.
My turn. Now it's breaking news. I am a captain. I'm a rubber ducky.
1
so far? Mine says 11.16. Yep.
And mine says you've done enough, just rest. And mine says let's get quick and
Alright guys, we are 7 hours in. 7 hours on the dot. We've done 13 Ks. We've decided we took the Harper's going to do the magic reveal, the horse track back, and that one seemed to be on pace with the same couple that we left the kitchen hut. They're sort of almost the same time, so different walk, which is great. What do we think of that one?
That was probably more scenic.
Yeah, scenic. They're doing some works out there, but
Lots of steps down.
it would be
It'd
some
be tough going up.
yeah some long steps down. So the highlights there is the Cradle Ridge or Crater Ridge and the Scout Camp, and you get a nice little stream flowing that you can probably hear in the background. But for us, we're cooking, so we're about to get back to this bus. And what are we getting, Harps, when we get back?
Paddle pops.
Paddle pops
Lemonade.
and some soft drink. The kids need some sugar. Can have a Coke.
And a sleep.
And that's it. Alright, that's it. We've finished off back onto the Overland track, down to Ronnie's hut. In the background there, a stumpy little wombat over there. He's smashing some food, if you can see it. And we've just finished 14.3 Ks. We've taken a total time of 7 hours and 15 minutes. So, great little trip and a full day of walking. Cradle Mountain is completely conquered.